Okay, so got my iron tinned, got my wires twisted. I'm just going to fill this with some solder here. That should do that one. I'm going to twist around and do this one. You can tell it when solder starts sucking in and heading towards the iron that you've got it right. It's not rocket science. And there we go. Should be good. As soon as that cools, pretty cool. We'll take this heat shrink. We will run it up and over, like so. Up and over like so. Electrical tape it together and we're done with that part of the project. I'm gonna heat shrink this up. Just trying to use a little butane style lighter. It was out of fuel. I didn't think those things ever run out. Anyway, that's it. That's done. I'll tape it. That part of the project is complete. Something's not right. Let me show you. That's 19 inches across. 19 inches from here, 19 inches from here. If that's the case, these lights don't line up at all. If they don't line up, that means from behind people see it crooked. Something I got to think about and think if I need to remedy that or if I can remedy that. So let me give that some thought and we'll come back here in a second. Okay, so I made a little template, cardboard template. This is what I have to cut out in order for the other taillight to fit in. I cannot even them out because my RV's painted, and no matter what I do, you'd see white below or white above. So they're just going to have to sit as good as they have in the past. I never noticed it until I took the lights off and looked and took a tape measure to it. So hopefully that'll be the case for everyone else. But that's the template. And we'll use the same template for the other side. We'll of course make sure that's correct. I will now put a line in here. I'll take the template off and I'll retape where I need to cut. And I'll use the template for the other side, and then I'll use a router and I'll come in. My router will have a guide on it to where I don't overcut, and that's where we're going to be. So let me mark this off and we'll move on. And I am using this lower shelf as my bottom line because I know it's straight, so I'll go to that. I don't have to worry so much about this because I am a little wider than needed on the light. So what I really care about cutting is this area here. I need to cut all that out. Okay, so I have this marked out on both lights where the cutout's going to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a straight line up here and just kind of scribe it so when the router starts cutting, it won't overcut, and if it's not fast enough or sharp enough, hopefully it won't chip the gel coat. I don't think it will. I think it'll be at a fast enough rate, but better safe than sorry. I'm not going to put a crazy hard scribe in, but it is going to be scribed. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to get my router out. I'm going to check my route dimensions. Make sure I got it correct. Double check, triple check before I make any cut, because at this point for me, it would be irreversible. So I've measured my depth. This is going to be a couple of parts to this. So I'm going to start off going that deep. I can only cut the top line. Cannot cut these edges, because if I cut these edges, I'm going to go too wide, and I don't need to go any wider. So just the top line on both sides. You'll see it on this side. You probably won't see it on that side unless I reset up the camera. Beautiful. Now I will set the camera up and show you the other cut, and then we'll move on. Okay, so we're set back up. Okay, I'm going to cut everything this deep first, which means I'm going to cut these out, test fit it. If it's not deep enough, I'll make one more pass deeper, and hopefully that'll be deep enough. Okay, so now we got out the multi-master, the fine multi-master, and we're going to cut this, here, and here. And we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so sorry about that. I didn't have my safety glasses or glasses I can read on or see with. I've had LASIK, so I can see fine, but up close I need these, and I should have been wearing safety glasses anyway, so I apologize for that. This one's cut out pretty good. I cut these a little deeper on the bottom because I can. The upper ones are corresponding with the depth cut that I cut across the top. We'll see if that fits. If it fits, great. If it doesn't, we'll have to go deeper, and then we'll work on the other side. Okay, so off camera I dug this out a little bit. I used the multi-tool rather than reworking it with the router, just because the router, if you make a mistake, you're had. With the multi-tool, you can adjust the speed, and so I just slowed the speed down and cut the wood out more detailed. So it worked out very well, very easy. I got a little bit to go if I need to. I don't know that I need to, maybe a little spot here or there, but this did fit in. But where the connections are made here, we have a plug-in and this wire. Now I could shove that down in the hole and use the little wire that comes up, but the way this is made, I have to cut a little hole in here to drive the wires down to it or bring the wires up from it. So I think, I'm going to think about this, but I think I'm just going to cut this out right here. It's on the bottom, so it'll drain. I'm also going to use butyl rubber tape around here, just so I can, just one more seal, right? So this will get sealed, this will get sealed, it'll get screwed on, the screws will be siliconed in as well, just so the holes don't, you know, weaken or rust out. Okay, so I just used the fine tool to trim this out. It's just a cut down, and a cut across. The fine is a, well, any multi-tool like this that is variable speed is a phenomenal detail tool for the house, but also for a job like this. I've owned this a long time, and it's built like a tank. But it worked great here. I didn't damage anything that I need. Now the wires can pass through clearly. I'll do it, I need to do it to that side as well. And I think we'll be close to being set to go. So it'll go in and it'll fit just like that. And that'll be what the new one looks like, as opposed to, if you remember, the old one. Now, some of you might like it. Personally, I didn't. That. To me, that's, just didn't like it. And besides that, it leaked. All of these are rusty. That's going to be solved. But what we're going to do is I'm going to clean these boxes up with a little sandpaper. Then we're going to paint the inside of both of these boxes. And once we paint the inside of both of those boxes, it'll probably be epoxy because I do have enough of it. We'll let that dry. And then we will work on the electrical portion, and then we'll tighten it all back down, and we'll be done with this video. Okay, so the sanding is another fine job for the multi-tool, for the fine multi-tool. So I just have a sanding block. It's on a little jig device that's made for fine. You can get them for any other brand, it doesn't matter. Fine or crazy, more expensive. Again, I bought it before any other was out because they had the patent on it. Today, would I buy the same one? It's real beefy, but gosh, for the price, I think in a home tool for using a few times, no, I probably wouldn't. Okay, so we're going to get sanding here. I'll let you watch a little bit of it, then I'll turn the video off because you don't need to watch 20 minutes of sanding. Sanding is taking off the rough edges, if there are any, off of here a little bit. Sanding down a little bit of the wood, even though it's pretty rough, to make absolutely sure the epoxy is going to stick. It's going to stick because it's pretty rough anyway, but I just wanted to sand things down and clean it up. Yes, I do have a air compressor, but I don't want to lug it out for just cleaning this off. Gonna get a bath. Okay.